Here's a variation on the visual that you and I were talking about yesterday, Amy. Here being regrooving in the center with just quadrant lines on it to pick 4 key areas where you have expertise, you have experience, you understand the connections, you've been down the path, you've been up and down. These are 4 very important areas to people in their lives, obviously, and they are all interrelated. And that speaks to the fact that you are with regrooving in the center of this. Now, you could pick a number of these. This pie could have a lot of slices, but let's just start with 4 for a minute. Let's start with addiction. And I had talked yesterday about putting this in a circle and making the circle either larger or smaller or closer, farther away. But for now, let's just talk about addiction as one area where you know there are green balls, you know there are yellow balls that will turn green. And the subjects under this are things like drug addiction, alcohol addiction, sex addiction, smoking addiction, gambling addictions. You know the list, and those are worth exploring because there are yellow and green balls in each of those sub areas. And the broader question is, where do the people who are yellow and green balls go to find answers? Now, where do they go? They're not going to Amy because they're not going to regrooving because they don't know regrooving even exists yet. Let's just assume that. Well, they're going to influencers and to what's going on in the news about it. Some of them would like to know the science behind it. Others are looking for podcast and Substack platforms, YouTube channels, anything they can find on the internet to help them with this. So let's go yellow-green balls over here now. Well, you now have an opportunity to create your own podcast, videos, and other offerings through and with these media resources and the people and the content behind them, and in so doing, connect to the people who are in this quadrant. Okay, that's kind of the general model here. So let's talk trauma, physical trauma, sexual trauma, any kind of trauma you want to name. And here we are with influencers, news, science, and various platforms. Here we are with podcasts, videos, and offerings by Amy, which can reconnect these people to regrooving. And the same for sex, sexual identity, sexual union, sexual pleasure. What is the thing under the thing, as Lauren says there. And we have the same thing. And then finally, money. Money gives us agency, safety, power, freedom. How does that all tie into the dark shadows that are driving people crazy in their lives and making them feel like they are lost? And you have a way through this paradigm of identifying subgroups who are seeking answers in certain ways, and you can drop your pebble in those ponds and let nature do its work. Okay, so that's kind of an interesting paradigm, and I think there's a lot of power in it because you're no longer broadcasting. You're no longer pushing your regrooving image out there on Instagram to just anybody who sees it and sees a bright, shiny object. You are now offering jewels, treasures to these people. And these people in the influencer universe, the news media, the science media, various podcast platforms, etc., they're going to be delighted that you are bringing a fresh and genuine voice and a fresh, genuine solution to the kind of issues that make their clock tick. Okay? So I hope that's helpful, and I look forward to talking with you more about it. Bye-bye.